Mr. Investor Law, I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research.
Okay, Arcimoto has exploded onto the scene and they've got a range of these vehicles. Not only for fun and driving around, but they got delivery vehicles as well as rapid respond vehicles. This stock recently went up in price, it surged, so we're going to be exploring its investor presentation and seeing their missions. So if we take a look at the stock, we can see that it rose 69% yesterday, which was insane. In a single day, 69% up. And if we look over the course of time, we can see that it was hovering around about the $5 range. That's had a build up of almost 200% gain. And this gain has been 101% in the last few days. So we take a look at this Arcimoto and we want to see what do they do. So they introduced these vehicles that are kind of two-person seated vehicles that are fun and they're utility. So they have top speeds of 75 miles per hour, 102 city mile range, and they have 173 miles per gasoline equivalent. So ideally they really wanted to make, green and clean energy fun. So they're claiming to have made this really fun vehicle which is very efficient, effective in reducing congestion, reducing the amount of carbon emissions, and also just having a lot of fun while you're driving. So this is kind of like a hybrid cross between all types of vehicles. They kind of wanted to target the ATV market, the motorcycle market, and the car market in a single go. So this is Joy plus Riding, Arcimoto. If we're going through their website, we want to see exactly what they're trying to do. So they're saying they've got a drive change. They want to change the way that we drive for the future. So looking at a few of their products, we can see here they've got the Deliverator. So this is for rapid delivery of food items, they're saying, which will be, a big kind of push in the future. They've got the rapid responder to be first on the scene for emergency services. As you can see here, they're working with the fire department. And they also have these fun kind of fleet vehicles, so they can electrify whole fleets for organizations. Look at this angle, it just looks beautiful. It looks like a load of fun while you're driving. So they're now delivering to the West Coast. As you can see, this is where they're having orders or they're test piloting currently. So why did the stock recently go up? So let's take a look at their mission. The future is fun. Every mile matters. Global warming from carbon emissions is the greatest threat this planet has ever faced. The only way to face it is to rethink everything. How we drive, how we eat, how we shop, and how we live. Our mission is to catalyze the shift to a sustainable transportation system. We believe that will only happen when we move away from oversized, overpriced, polluting vehicles to the right-sized, ultra-efficient EVs we can all afford. Because we can't afford not to. This is our vision for the future of sustainable transportation. We hope you'll join us for the ride. And here you can see they've got the Arcimoto vehicle where everyone's gridlocked with traffic. So the problem with everyday driving, every day 90% of drivers use expensive, polluting, oversized vehicles to drive short distances, alone or with a single passenger. The result is an increase in harmful pollution as well as carbon emissions, while countless hours are lost in gridlock traffic. We believe there's a better way. Then they present their vehicle, FUV baby. The future is electric, so polluting vehicles will soon be a relic of the past, with drivers increasingly charging their electric vehicles using solar power and other renewable energy sources. So as you can see here, they've got like a gasoline diesel truck next to the FUV. They're saying the future is small. It no longer makes sense for one person to drive a 7-passenger SUV to work every day. In the future, we'll drive small EVs built for purpose. They're also saying they want to create kind of like ride sharing and hailing peer-to-peer platforms so everyone can access these small fleets of vehicles and share whenever they need a lift. So it's more affordable for riders, they say, reduce traffic and emissions, and it's going to free up a lot of parking space for communities. The result, more parks, less parking lots. The future is autonomous. More than 1 million lives are lost each year in traffic crashes, and more than 90% of traffic crashes involve human error. In the future, Arcimoto vehicles will feature full self-driving networked vehicle technology. As these are adopted, they will combine to eliminate traffic, increase productivity and leisure time, and save millions of lives. Loads of people here just enjoying, the vehicle. The future is local. So in the future, we plan to build Arcimoto manufacturing plants across the globe to produce low-cost Arcimoto vehicles for local markets. This will create new green tech jobs, boost local economies, and eliminate the need for expensive and polluting global shipping practices. In the future, we're all in this together. Sick. And they've got all of their staff here and a guy holding a flamethrower. I don't know why he's got a flamethrower. Anyways, let's get into the presentation. Okay, so now that we've done an introduction, this is the reason why it's kind of jumped. So as you can see here, Arcimoto stock jumped 69%, right? It exploded onto the scene, and this is why it's caught many investors' eyes as to what is Arcimoto and what does the future hold for them. So will Arcimoto stock explode? Arcimoto and the City of Orlando launched joint municipal pilot program to test ultra efficient electric vehicles in city fleets. Alright, so together the city will test Arcimoto vehicles across 6 city departments, continuing Mayor Buddy Dyer's efforts to transform Orlando into one of the most environmentally friendly, economically and socially vibrant communities in the nation. So they were saying basically that they're thrilled that they're working with the Mayor Dyer and the City of Orlando, and it's like one of the most forward-looking cities in the country when it comes to sustainability and tackling climate crisis. So they're going to have a 90-day pilot program. Arcimoto vehicles are expected to be tested by the Orlando Fire Department, Police Department, Code Enforcement Division, Permitting Services, and Venues and Parking Enforcement. Parking enforcement, you know, imagine having your ticket man come up to you and give you a ticket in one of these. Oh my goodness. So this is the last milestone of the city's Office of Sustainability and Resiliency, which has recently worked to convert hundreds of fleets of vehicles to electric, hybrid, or compressed natural gas, and they're working to enable more than 500 level 2 charging stations citywide. So they've launched sharing programs for cars, scooters and bikes. So this is pretty cool, man. They're working to be the most sustainable city in the southeast, said the Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer. So yeah, this is really good. It's good to see that they're adopting new technology and people actually pushing for a greener and cleaner focused vehicles. So if we go onto their website, let's take a look at their investors presentation. Okay, Arcimoto. Hey. So we're looking into the investor presentation. First thing they hit you with, they show you the problem. They show you here are 200 people in 177 cars, and wow, that's how much space the cars take up. So they're saying, can you imagine if you were to use the Arcimoto car, how much more space there'd be on the roads? We wouldn't be gridlocked. There's a disconnect between cars and how we use cars. When multiplied by everyone, this creates massive inefficiency, congestion, and excess emissions, while sacrificing 50% of our urban landscape. Alright, so here they're comparing the electric car vision to the Arcimoto vision. So they're talking about platform weight targets, battery capacity, footprint, affordability targets, peak efficiency targets, and market needs. So they're saying the typical electric car weighs 4,000 pounds, whereas Arcimoto weighs only 1,000 pounds. The battery capacity is significantly less for Arcimoto's vision. The footprint is significantly less also. In terms of affordability, it costs so much less than the average cost of a new car. It costs more like, you know, motorcycle or golf cars. They're aiming for some good efficiency targets, and they're saying that the market need for both the electric car and the Arcimoto car is the same. But I'm just trying to think from a family perspective point of view. People will probably buy an EV vehicle if they've got, you know, a large family or more than 2 members in their family. So they're saying the vehicle market is big. So they've got 70 million automobiles, 132 motorcycles produced worldwide annually, and it's a $2 trillion global market. $2 trillion. So when they're saying this is large, it's massive. They've got daily drivers, last mile delivery, first responders, and they've got fun vehicles like ATVs. 65 billion parcels delivered worldwide, annually $250 billion in parcel revenue. So if we're looking at food delivery, they're saying that it could grow from $30 billion a year to $365 billion industry by 2030. So it's a growing industry, and they're saying that they've created vehicles specifically for this industry too. 51,000 fire stations in the US, plus corporate campuses. And if you look at fleets facing mandates for greenhouse gas emissions, that's who they're looking to target. They want to reduce the greenhouse gases. Lots of legislation coming in. Harley sells 250,000 motorcycles each year. North American market for ATVs is over 500,000 units per year. People love to have fun while driving around, so this could be the perfect vehicle for them. So they've got multiple shots on goal. This is their pure electric platform. They're aimed at multiple vertical targets, 10 times the efficiency and 1/3 of the TCO of today's cars. So when you're looking at multiple shots on goal, they're talking about their vehicle and who they can target. They're saying they can target the daily driver, they can target last mile delivery, they can target first responders, and people who just want to have fun. They've got vehicles, all types of vehicles. So they've got the FUV, which covers 102.5 city miles, 2 large adults it holds, and it's got storage options at the back. The FUV is already in production. And then if we're taking a look at the Deliverator, we're looking at last mile delivery. So all the food delivery services, these are like the booming kind of services within food delivery. They've got heat and cooling options, and their pilot testing is underway. They're also testing out with fleets of first responders. So the plan for growth of Arcimoto's production capability is to 50,000 units per year within 24 months. Big goals, they're setting big goals. So if we take a look at their earnings for Q2 2019 and their 8-year targets for the future. So they were stating that this is what they plan to do. They want to refine factory model manufacturing through 2020. They want to expand their headquarters. They want to create an East Coast factory and global factories and partnerships. They want to reduce the amount of greenhouse gases too. So let's look at these numbers, baby. They're stating their revenue. They want to have $100 million revenue 2020, $212 million revenue 2021, 2022 $400 million revenue, 2023 $1.2 billion revenue, and they want to build it all the way up to $6.8 billion in revenue by 2026. So these guys look like really exciting products. If they're able to really initiate and get these fleet kind of contracts in, it's going to be exciting. So here, their targets, the near-term high-level goals. So these are the targets they want to achieve from the third quarter going into the fourth quarter. So they want to ramp up their production. They want to mass produce also. They want to resume deliveries, achieve 3 units per day. They want to address all present service and supplier quality issues, continue cost reduction program, deploy pilot deliverators, and complete and submit their ATV MLP application, Arcimoto. So I think this stock has a lot of room to grow. You know, there's lots of exciting projects they've got for the future. They've got like some really great products that can target all markets, including last mile delivery, food delivery, just ATV fun and motorbike fun for the average consumer and daily drivers. And they've also got these first, response vehicles for all of the emergency services that may need it. So I look forward to seeing these guys blow up in the future. I've opened a small position with them as well with just 24 shares. And I may add some more in the future depending on if the stock goes down.